I offered you the sock earlier. Don't forget your mic, man.
Do they have one that
I
fits?
don't know. Emilio took it from you. I didn't think he wanted you on the show, man.
Yeah,
I
decided to
separate
cut you off
cars,
the
right?
show. What happened to the mic?
That's why you came in separate cars. Where did his mic go, man? Hold on, we're gonna have to cut this.
You got your mic over there. That's Roger's mic. Everything. That's the way to start the show.
That's exactly the way to start the show, guys. Yeah, absolutely, man. Just keep that. Why don't we?
That's the way to start it. If we mess it up, it's the best.
I'm all
way.
for that,
That's right.
irreverence.
We're only human.
We're only Uman.
And speaking of which, irreverence, this is Edo Campos Sr. with Roger Mendez and Emilio Ledesma on San Antonio Musicians Talk Show Network. It's always a tongue twister, man. I'm still getting used to it after 10 years. Speaking of which, on December 22nd at Kaler Pavilion, Brackenridge Park, this show is having its 10-year reunion. So anybody who wants to come out that's been on the show, come and enjoy some tamales from Tea's Tamales. I was going to say tacos because I had a taco earlier.
I love tamales.
I love tacos.
Me too.
But I love tamales too during Christmas.
I could sleep on a bed of tamales
With some coffee.
every day with some coffee.
In a bed of tamales? That's kind of greasy.
I sleep in a bed of tamales, brother.
You do?
That's right.
Wow,
And
no wonder you smell.
Exactly. And the corn husks,
That's what
I
they call
used it
the
last
sheep.
year. That's probably why.
He's the tamal.
Tamal.
The tamal, yeah. You know, well, you know, the Mexicans are going to be there. You know that.
Right, you know it.
The Mexicans are going to be there. The guys that really, die hard.
Mira, rockeros.
What is that? What kind of language is that? West
Rockeros.
Side. That's West Side. It's not even Spanish anymore. And by the way, Roger used to do radio, so actually he can do me up anytime he wants to.
Well,
How many years, Roger?
I did it 16 years.
16 years. What made you get out of it? The love of guitar? Or
No, the
just-
internet killed
Oh,
it pretty much.
Wow. Well, what about all these guys that are doing internet radio? I wouldn't dare go there, but
The competition is stiff, and the money is low.
no shit, it's probably near zero like this show.
A
Yeah.
lot of people do it for free now these days just because they
Well,
love
you
doing
know,
it.
yeah. And I think, what do they call us? Artistic, whatever. What do they call us? Digital artists? Digital?
Right.
You know, everybody's a digital person now.
Right.
I can't even handle that, man. I don't like even be called a digit.
Right.
Did you?
No. One time I was in Mexico, and this lady, she says, "Oye, ¿te gusta la música? Punchis." And I said,
La música, what?
Punchis.
Puchis, I know that
I
one.
was like, Punchis, what is that?
That's
stuff?
rated X.
Punchis. I was like, oh, God.
Nasty girl.
That's when
No.
you dance, you gotta.
Yeah, just sign the cross, you're done.
Got
Yeah.
this.
Well, it's good to be here with you, Ed.
Oh, man. I'm
And
just
Yeah, I
so
was
happy
gonna
to
say,
have you guys.
that was a surprise to me this morning. I picked up my phone. I always do every morning, see how many texts I got, and I got it, and I go like, okay.
You're wanted in
Emilio.
Studio C.
You see, Emilio was my secret weapon. I have one, and X knows about this. X-Man, he knows about my secret weapon. I always have somebody come in without the other cat actually knowing. And when I talked to you and you said, oh, y'all go so far back, y'all played with a whole bunch of bands.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on with it,
Yeah.
man. You got to get you in here.
We wrote a lot of stuff too, and
So thank you for coming.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
thanks for having us, Ed.
No, hey, listen.
It
You've done
kinda
a
gives
lot,
me chills, man.
You've done a lot for musicians in San Antonio.
I'm trying. All I'm
On
trying
behalf
to
of
do is
everybody, I'd like to give you this silver plaque. No, I'm kidding. Emilio's wearing it. He melted it down.
You know, heck with these notes, man. I ain't got time for that.
We ain't got no time for those stinking notes.
Who needs notes when you got
Emilio, who
us?
you playing with right now? Because you're playing with Raj, and then you're playing with
I'm
Raj,
actually playing with
and then you're
Roger
playing with
and
Raj.
and
3 bands.
yeah, actually 3 bands. I was gonna say
Holy
2, but
smokes.
it's 3.
How can you keep up?
And he
the
always
same
says,
player.
that, I don't know how you do it, man, but you got a way of just saying it, and all of a sudden you're in a band.
Yeah, he'll do that. Like last year, I got out. I got out last year.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, Raj, listen to me, man. You know, it's the times are tough, man. Da 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 da." He just started talking. I was like, "Yeah," just agreeing with him. And then at the end, before the end of the conversation, he goes, "So I'll see you tomorrow in practice." And he hangs up the phone, and I said,
You know,
"Did I just rejoin the band again?"
well, what else are you going to do?
Right.
I mean, you're the
Okay,
player.
I
You're
guess
the main
Because I was
player,
like,
man.
well, I need a guitarist for this project, man, and I think you'll fit it perfectly, man. And
I don't know how
and
you could
so,
not fit.
So I'll just see you at practice tomorrow. And he was like, Huh?
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
that's fabulous. When you
Well,
did that.
honestly, I'm playing in 4 bands right now. And
Jeez.
It's incredible, man. How do you do
I
that?
do my original band, and then I play with cover band with Roger, and then I play with Sacred Heart, which is a Dio tribute.
Roddy James Dio.
Hey, you're with Lacey Love too, don't you play
Yeah,
with Lacey?
Lacey plays
And
with
what,
Lacey.
what is the name of
keyboard.
that band?
She's a
What is the name of
Sacred
that
Heart.
keyboard.
Sacred Heart, that's what it's
Sacred
called?
Heart.
Well, that's the new
So
one.
is Jessica from Jesse Kills, and I
Yeah.
play with Jesse Kills.
Yeah,
That's a
shout
new
out to
project.
Jesse Kills. You know, girlfriend,
Hey,
I don't
girl.
know you, but I've asked for you to come on the show through channels.
Honestly, I was
And
thinking
think
of
those
almost
channels
bringing her
are
with me
dis-
today.
Disabled. Those
You know
channels are
what though?
disabled.
She needs to start making menudo.
Well, aside from that,
I see you, girl.
Tamales.
Tamales and
aside from that, on the 22nd, tomorrow,
Right.
yeah.
That's gonna be
But just
nice.
come out, Jesse. We'd love to talk to you. I'd love
Yeah.
to talk to you, feature you on the show. Aside from
Yeah,
that.
she'll be
She's
here.
really cool, man.
Yeah, good, good.
Tell me,
Down
I'll
to
pick
earth.
her up and bring her whenever you want, man.
Which one's the cooler one, Lacey or
I
Jesse?
love them both. I can't.
I think both of them are.
That
I
was a
can't
trick
pick
question.
one without the other.
That
you
was
know?
a trick question, man. You know that.
Yeah, I know, and
They're both
you're not
beautiful.
gonna get me.
They're both beautiful, man.
Yeah, I
You
love
know,
them both.
but we also want to talk about some of the venues of which we go to. Now, there's Bonds, and there's the lovable Fitzgerald's, which is always a colorful place. But tell me about those places, because I don't hang out at Bonds.
Well, Bonds
Tell
is
me.
closed, right?
No,
Oh, that was
no.
one
Well,
of the-
they're about to close at the end of the year.
Right.
Okay.
I think.
So it's still
Luckily,
on
we got to play on a few months back.
played
Blues
there.
Kitchen. I love you, man.
And we
Blues
packed the
Kitchen,
house with my promotion company that I have,
The Cove.
which is Miles Promotions.
MilesProductions.com.
Yeah, and then so I did double duty that day. I played with my original band, the Desmolito Legends, and then I played with
I don't know how you do that because I played with one, and at the end of that, I'm just.
You're
I was,
spent.
believe me, I was dying, man.
Cash.
Oh, my God.
I kept it.
I was cashed out, man.
You're a real
Yeah,
trooper,
I've done it.
man.
Yeah.
You're a real trooper.
and,
like that.
and I went to the after party.
Oh, my God.
Babe.
Well, wait a second.
I felt like a young man again.
There was
babe.
something we were talking about at Fitzgerald's that one day, that one evening that we were together there for a long time, and you were mentioning some guy that had all these Marshalls, and they were like triple stacks, and then you showed me your
We had
bass amp.
five stacks.
Yeah, but then you showed me your bass amp, and it was like this song.
Yeah.
See, the thing about Emilio is
That's what I use now.
he's not very technical,
Okay.
but I mean he's a great bass player. Don't get me wrong, he's
He keeps
awesome.
the time. I know that
but
he
call
keeps
me the
the
beat for a reason.
time.
his tone
Oh, is that what it is?
out of this world.
Well,
Man.
keep your tone down on this one, okay?
And it's funny because every time I get off a stage, every bass player in the house will come up to me. What are you using, man?
Right.
What are you using?
Yeah,
I
what
don't
am I
like that
using?
question.
Like, they'll look at my effects, they'll
terrible.
look at my amp, and it's a
They've
little,
asked me
it's
too
a little
before.
secret.
I only use 3 pedals. That's
Wait.
it. Guys use
Yeah.
100 of them.
They've been talking about not using any pedals and reverting back to the old Marshall sound. No pedals, just straight.
That's
from
the way to do
Marshall,
it, honestly.
you know? It's amazing.
Maybe
the
a
kind of
little
tones that they
delay
get.
on the leads, and you know what I mean. But other than that,
I just use a
Get
I
the
use a
crunch.
reverb
Yeah,
just to,
I like a little echo.
and then I have a little bit of delay,
yeah, there it is.
and then I
That's
have
the echo delay.
then I have a chorus for when I play real clean.
I like the flanger, man. The
Right.
flanger, I keep it on mine all the time.
Right.
It's just a sweet sound.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it really is, man.
The
And
Raj,
that's
how
it.
long have you been playing guitar, man? I want to get to your history.
47 years.
And you're 52.
I'm 52, fixing to be 53.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you were playing when you were out of the womb. You were playing
When I came
when
out
you were
of
born.
when I came out of the mamá, mi mamá, cuando salí de mi mamá.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the
I
first
started at
style
about
of music that you picked up on?
Black Sabbath.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my
I brought
God.
home a Black Sabbath album when I was 9 years old. I went downtown to go buy it, and when I got home, my mom heard me playing it, and she wanted to call the priest next door.
Oh my God.
But
Exorcism.
yeah,
So you're one of those, huh?
yeah,
They went through that.
yeah. But, you know, before she died, she said, "Mijo, come here." She goes, "Remember when you came home with that Black Sabbath album?" I said, "Yes, Mom." She goes, "God, they're so good, aren't they?" I said, "Yes, they are, Mom."
Oh my God.
They never did nothing
She
to
liked
you.
it. You
She
know,
liked it.
The guys that were having open the show, now we're having a bit of a technical difficulty on when they're going to open. Clown College, actually their first song was Black Sabbath.
Right.
And they're young kids, man. We're
Right.
talking 8, 10, 12 years old.
Awesome.
And they're rocking out. That's the first song that they liked. I mean,
Yeah, I've seen that a
wow.
lot lately, and
That's our future, right?
and it's awesome that they can actually you know, that they were brought up by their parents listening to this music.
Well, speaking of that, that's my most memorable silly moment today, and I'm going to say it today. Now, y'all have to think of something that happened funny, that was funny, that happened at any kind of a facility.
I got one for you.
Good. We'll get
I
there.
got one
We'll get
too.
there in a short while. But first, I want to ask you, Emilio, when did you start out? When did you actually? Because I understand you're a late bloomer.
No, not really.
No?
'Cause,
He's a boxer.
I've been playing, honestly, what, 4 decades now? I've toured in the 80s, 90s, but before I started, I played with my dad. My dad was a pianist. I don't know if you remember that song, Cuidado con la mano. That was his hit. Cuidado con la
No
mano.
way, really?
Yeah, that was
That's
his,
awesome,
my dad.
Wow.
And,
That's an old song.
It also freaked me out because he got an award on it. And
Well,
I
what
didn't
was
even
his
know
name?
about it.
What was his name? 'Cause
Emilio Ledesma too, you know?
you know
Right
what?
on,
You know
man.
what, Emilio? Oh my God, that's why I love this show. The name just rings a bell. I'm not
It
joking.
does.
Before
Even if you don't know him, it does.
before I met you as Emilio Ledesma, I had when I heard your name, I was like, I know that guy. I've heard of that guy.
Right.
It's your dad.
Right.
Esa canción.
I'll
that
tell you a quick story.
My gosh.
I was
Incredible, guys.
at this place once, and I went there and I was waiting for this friend of mine, and I didn't have that much money, but my friend told me, "Don't worry, I got you." You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
And I got there, and well, the little bit I had, I bought me a beer. They put me a mug right here. A little while later, the bartender comes and puts me another mug, and I'm going like, well, I don't even know if I have enough to pay for
And that
this.
continues
This guy,
to 3
this guy
o'clock in the
better get
morning.
here, right? I'm over here thinking in my head, he better get here, man. 'Cause I owe this beer. And then he comes and brings me another one, and he goes, "You must be a real famous guy." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "That table over there said, whatever you want, they got you the whole
Oh
night."
my gosh, I thought you were your dad.
In that case,
Yeah,
order
they
me.
thought I was my dad.
In that case, order me some
Listen to
pizzas.
this. Listen to this. I go to the
Let's go for
restroom.
pizza.
I go to the restroom. I'm in the
That's funny,
restroom,
Raj.
and I'm doing my thing, and here comes Flaco Jimenez.
Oh,
Nice.
you're crying out
And
loud.
Flaco looks like, "¿Qué pasó, Emilio?" He tells me in Spanish, right? And I go, "Hey, what's up, Flaco?" I know who he is.
Yeah.
I know he don't know who I am. But then he goes, "How's the piano? How you doing? Where you playing it now?"
your dad.
He thought I was my
Oh,
dad.
God. Well, that
Oh,
guy's
my
So
gosh.
I
That
told him,
guy
I
is
said, "You
usually-
got me
I would
mistaken."
trade numbers or something, man.
I said, "You got me mistaken." I said, "Because you think I'm my dad. I'm Emilio Ledesma too, but I'm the bass player, the boxer. I used to box back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody knew me as a boxer."
Yeah.
And then
Incredible.
so Flaco goes, "Oh my God!" He was with Paulo Rodriguez. He goes, "Me and Paulo Rodriguez just said, whatever that man wants to drink, it's on us.
Wow.
And we thought you were your dad." And I
Oh
said,
my
"Well,
God.
thank you. I'm gonna stick around for a little while
Right.
now."
Absolutely.
And then finally,
Incredible
I
story.
went to go sit with them. I had a blast with them that day. And a matter of fact, they were inviting me. I was married at the time, so I had to make the escape, man.
Were you
These guys
married
were
or
like-
baried?
Just once.
Yeah, I was buried at the
I'm a
time.
two-time loser.
Yeah.
I've been married 77
Oh, believe
times.
me, I've gone through all the,
Divorced once.
yeah, all the time.
No, actually-
the judge
actually-
loves them for
Very
some
well.
reason.
Actually, me growing up, on one side of the house, you had my brother Robert Mendez, who played with Blackfoot for a while in Washington.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And on his side of the house, it was a big house. On that side, you had the Scorpions, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, ZZ Top. On the other side of the house, you had my brother Rick, who he was all folk.
All a bunch of players, huh?
And,
you had 3 guitar players?
Yeah, he was a folk player. So he liked Bob Dylan, Seals and Crofts, Young, Joni Mitchell, and then on the other side was my grandmother, who was an opera singer in Mexico. And on the other side, I lived with my mom. She was a concert pianist.
Wow.
So
I dig piano so much. I've got a fuse for that. We're gonna get that going on
that's
sooner or later.
that's a Rhodes.
It weighs a ton.
I'll bet.
It's a harpsichord. It is the kind of harpsichord, the RMI that was used by John Lennon
Right.
at the end of. It's like a suitcase, yeah.
I used to have one like that.
Yeah,
You can put your dirty socks in there too.
absolutely.
And
It's a
play the
carry-all.
harpsichord.
It's a carry-all.
Hell, dude.
Right.
Actually, it's eat on the table. I mean, it's,
Right.
you
Yeah.
eat on
The
the
flat surface.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
listen,
awesome.
what's your favorite bass guitar? This is something I've been wanting to ask so many, but you do play a SG, don't you?
Well,
But
yeah.
was that
I
an
got
SG that you played?
Gibson, and honestly, it was given to me by.
I mean, I like that. I
My
like
fan.
the
Which one's the one that
bass.
weighs 5 tons?
That one's a Stingray.
Oh my God, I hate carrying that thing, man.
I got
The
a Fender. I
66.
got a Fender Jazz.
Oh, I love jazz. I love the jazz.
With a bar.
No way.
On a bass.
That's
way.
crazy, right?
Really?
I got
5-string or 4-string?
I got Schecter. I got a Fender acoustic. I got a whole bunch of them, man.
Yeah, but this is why I'm asking. What's your favorite out of the bunch, or do you have one?
Honestly, I love them all because they're mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that big heavy one, I love
Oh
the
my
tone
God.
on it. That
I hate when he says,
it's
"Hey, Roger, grab
The
that."
big heavy one is you talking about?
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
It's a Stingray.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's like, "Hey, Roger, get that bass." I'm like,
It's the older one, right?
"Oh man, why are you gonna make me get that bass for? It's
But-
too
but-
heavy."
Like with my original band, I used the SG because my guitar player has an SG.
That's cool.
And then the other ones I use them all with Roger
Yeah.
because we use different tunings
Sure.
on the songs. So I use like 3 or 4 guitars on the show.
And what amp do you prefer, man?
That's a
Ampeg.
good question. I love that.
I use Ampeg, but
Your setup is pretty simple.
but the PV that I got, the
Oh, the
monster I
effective.
got at practice,
Oh, that's a monster. It's
the
taller than me.
monster is just too heavy to
There's
carry up
something
there.
about a
So I gotta
PV
be at
can't go
a
wrong.
big show to do
No,
that.
not
Can't
really.
go wrong with the PV.
Not really.
You just can't go wrong with the
Oh,
PV.
I
They
got
never
PV.
die.
I love PV.
Have you ever heard of a PV that's been blown out? I mean,
I know that if you take a shotgun
215s.
and you blow a hole in front of one,
This
It's
guy's
gonna get
getting
louder.
radio, y'all.
it's gonna get louder.
Yeah, I
My
played
God.
215s and
Right. That's a nice amp, though.
250, you blew them? Oh my gosh.
so it can be done.
Oh my gosh.
Blew his hair off.
Yeah.
Shit is pretty crazy, man.
He had her like 5 weeks ago, but
So what have y'all got cooking at this very moment? Now, you know I'm doing the 22nd. I hope that you guys show. Hope that you guys, you got no choice.
well, we're
Roger's gonna be there, guys.
Yes, I am.
This guy,
Oh, my.
he's a shredder. He just plays phenomenal.
They,
no
uh,
matter what he does, he plays it well.
They've taken my dog hostage, so I gotta go.
Oh, no. Don't bring the dog into this.
And he twisted my arm, so
Right.
and he twisted the other one, so
Right.
I gotta be there.
That's
This is guilty by association.
Right.
That's what I call that, guilty by association.
That's more than
Well,
that.
anyway, on the day before, we're doing Sacred Heart at Fitzgerald's.
Yeah. So
I
it's
do
Saturday night?
my Christmas program that I do every year. I've been doing it for the last 8 years now.
Yeah.
And
Do
I
you dress
go-
as Santa Claus or is it?
You know what? I think I'm gonna do it this year.
Do it.
Oh
I always
my
have
gosh.
another Santa. I always, because I play on stage.
Right.
I got double duty this Saturday.
Right.
And then after I get off, I'm backstage like this, like trying to recuperate.
Wow.
But this year I'm gonna go out there and give out presents and stuff. And I always do. We do a free raffle. Everything's free.
Yeah.
The cover, the free parking, everything's free except your drinks. You gotta buy the drinks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of what's free on December 22nd, this coming Sunday from Breckenridge, if they donate, for the plate is $10, tamales, rice, and beans. They buy a plate for 10. Anything over that amount, preferably 15, they get a free gift that I'll have. There's about 100 gifts that I have, little small ones that are just meaningful and they're really nice.
This will be a lot of fun. Y'all need to come
Everybody
out.
needs sunglasses, right?
Yes.
I'm giving away a whole bunch of sunglasses that are just
Cool.
fabulous looking, designer kind of
That's
glasses.
awesome.
Yeah, so, when you come out and the sun's blaring, you got sunglasses over there, so come on out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and what do you have regarding, let's say, any other projects, or is there something that you would like to start? I want to talk about the pimps in a little while.
Well, we cannot. You don't want to talk about that, right?
Uh-oh.
Well,
This is secret?
I'll let you talk about it. You go ahead if you want
Well,
to.
on the 28th,
Drum roll.
we're opening up for Hellstar.
Oh,
You know,
not bad. Not bad
And
at all.
we
Rock and roll.
got Roger in with Jesse Kill, and I'm gonna do the Desmond's gonna open up before the Dallas band, then Hellstar, and then Jesse Kill.
Where
There's
you
two other
playing?
bands before
Where's that
us
going down? Where's that going
So
down?
tell them about the feature songs.
at the Paper Tiger.
The Paper Tiger. Now, is that here in San Antonio?
That used to be the
It's
paper
on St.
monkey.
Mary's.
Okay.
Remember the White Rabbit? Remember the White Rabbit?
Yeah.
That's where
White
we-
Rabbit.
Okay.
I played there. I was one of the last bands that ever played there.
Nice.
So it's going to be an honor to get up there and do it again.
That's
you know.
I was
That's really
driving
nice.
by St. Mary's not so long, about 2 weeks ago, with one of the ladies that's working, Lisa, working this concert, and she said, "There's a place you used to play at." I said, "How'd you know I played there?" "I used to follow you and you used to play there." And I
Wow.
was like, "You're in the same car and you're telling me that you used to see me and I didn't know you were there." But it's just funny, that's
Yeah.
why I think they're so loyal to us, Raj.
Right.
There's people that we've known. I've known her since I was in 7th grade.
Right.
And actually I knew of her through friends. You know, when you have a popular person,
Right.
Yeah.
they
Exactly.
they precede everything you've ever heard. And
kinda
her
reminds
name
me-
is always there.
I actually,
She was one of
I
them.
was playing when we played. When I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but
Why not?
well, I can't. But
I just did, Lisa.
she came up to me. She goes, "Do you not remember me?" And I said,
Oh yeah,
I
I remember.
heard
her
Now I
say-
know what you're talking about.
I had your first
I said,
job.
"Oh my gosh!" I said her name. She goes, "Yeah, that was my first love."
Oh my
Well,
God.
see,
I was like
y'all
14 years old.
Oh my
See,
God.
y'all reminded me.
That's very
She
telling.
told me you were her first kiss.
Well, whatever. You know how men
She
are.
was
Y'all
our-
reminded me of my
All of that.
the girl I'm with now that I've been
We
with
knew
her.
that.
I've been with her for 11 years, and I known her since second grade, and we were friends. And then when I used to manage this club, Alberto's Rock Palace, back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, she used to go there, but we never hooked up, but we held hands like little kids and stuff.
19
Uh,
throw it
my-
away.
My bouncers knew nobody messed with her because
Yeah.
that's his girl.
Sure.
And now she's really my girl. And it was like when she was in second grade, to tell you the truth, my house was a Spanish speaking house. You know, my dad speaks Spanish, my
Yeah.
mom speaks Spanish. So my first language
I
was
like
Spanish.
it.
I think
I
you-
love the language.
I think we all three of us here speak pretty good Spanish.
Yeah,
and that's
and-
cool,
and-
man.
And
That's a little-
anyway, she sent some little girl to come tell me that she liked me, that she had a crush on me. And me, I didn't understand her, so I laughed. And it broke her heart. That's her
Oh
story.
my goodness.
Oh, wow.
That was her story. But,
Laughing at
you know,
it.
now we're together. and-
17 years later.
And that's what y'all reminded me.
How many years
Y'all had to bring back them memories.
How many years now?
11 years now. 12 years
Wow.
now. with her.
Wow.
You know, just this morning I was driving around and I couldn't find where I was going. You know, when you pass the exit and all this stuff. I don't know what made me say this, but I wish I was married. And then I said no. Because I don't know if I'm marriage material. I think I've just missed the boat on that one.
Right.
But I love women and I love people. And I'm happy to joke
You
around
love
with
kids?
everybody.
Good
I'm
people,
just like
man.
that.
You can't go wrong with good
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
You know, you make.
Yeah, you got it. And you know what? I should be interviewing you because we talked.
We should be
we
interviewing.
talked a few-
Ladies and gentlemen,
a little bit. And a little
It'll
bit we
come.
talked about
Yeah.
a lot of stuff you went through. I went through.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like we were practically we could compare notes.
That is what I was talking. I had forgotten about that. I have this memory issue since the accident.
Yeah.
But
right.
that's what I was talking about. Is that Emilio and I were, I guess you would call it kindred spirit.
Yeah.
We were talking about the same type of things that have happened to us in our lives that have been very, they've been extreme. But we've come out of them. We've come out of them at the other end. And we were both, I think, praising God that night. We were praising God. We were worshiping right there. We were throwing down.
We actually saw the man. If you think about
I
it,
saw
you know,
little Chewy, man.
During that
It
conversation,
was so
I felt it.
chewy.
Hey, Chewy.
He kicked me back out. He said, "Nah, the devil
not-
didn't want me either."
I'm not taking you.
The devil didn't want you.
You're not going to the pearly gates. You're going to stay here a little longer,
He
buddy.
knew I would take over, so he said, "Vete pa' allá." But
Yeah, you guys are something else, man. So, what do y'all think about Sharon Perkins?
well, I known her since she was like, whoa, she was a baby too, man. She was young too.
Really?
I
You
know
go
her
that
forever.
far? Now, why did I ask
She used
that
to go to
question?
Alberto's.
Why
You know
did I
what?
ask
She's
that?
real strict on minors, but I remember she used to go into the club back in the day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It was slick.
Hey,
She's a
secret,
funny
no
lady.
And then,
She's a funny
and then
lady.
when I go over there to play the guitar,
Mhm.
she always stands right in front of my amp because I told her, I said, hey, don't stand in front of the amp. You're going to blow
She
your
likes
ears
it.
off. She loves it.
She loves it, yeah.
Well, you know, she's part.
Now, that's
she's
one
part
thing.
dad.
She's a real
Really?
rocker, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all want to
I
meet a
love
real
Sharon.
rocker? Go and see Sharon.
Sharon.
You know, I've been
She's
working. I've been
She's
working
real.
on the
She's
street from
real.
day
I
one
love
with
that.
them.
Yeah.
I've been working at Fitzgerald since day one. Honestly,
Wow.
if you think about it, I've been there for a long time.
Awesome.
Well, she's had a lot of the guys that are performing on her stage actually started off as barbacks,
Right.
which is pretty phenomenal. What other club has ever given anybody that kind of opportunity?
Right.
Yeah, they're all musicians that work
Everybody
there.
there.
Yeah, so everybody's a
Everybody.
musician in there.
It's like when I do my
pretty
jam
weird.
sessions, and I look at the bar. Come on, man, I need
Yeah.
you up there, or at the DJ, or the sound man. You know, get up there, man. You know, it's
Right.
it's
Even
a
the
lot
sound man
easier
will
that
get up there and
way.
play the guitar.
Yeah.
know, it's like-
I haven't seen that yet, but Corky's awful good. That guy can
There
mix
you go.
anything.
I'm talking about
He can
Corky
play
and
bass.
what's the other guy's
Does he
name?
play too?
Jimbo, Jimbo.
does
Corky
he play?
plays the guitar. Dude, I heard him the other day. He was playing Ozzy Osbourne or something.
Oh my God, I gotta get him on here now.
Oh yeah,
We wouldn't want him to
Corky.
talk for a
You know
long
what? A
time.
lot of people don't know it, but Corky can actually sing.
Really?
He's got a voice, man.
Wow.
And he gets all shy when I tell him, "Come on, Corky, go up there and sing." No, hell, I'll sing.
But what I really like about Sharon, and that's probably one of the things, I got on my mind is people person. That's what she is.
Absolutely.
She brings in everybody and anybody, and they're all cool people. I mean, she won't let anybody in. You're going to be cool.
Yeah, you got to.
Certain guidelines you got to run by.
If she don't like you, you're not going in.
Oh, no.
She
Yeah.
won't have that.
Yeah. She won't fool with you. But we're all grateful that
Right.
we're in with Fitzgerald's. You guys are too. By all means, go visit her on McCartney Street.
Come see me on Wednesdays. I'm there every Wednesday. So come check
Come
it
see
out.
me. I'm sometimes there playing the guitar. Sometimes.
And you'll be there this Saturday. Is it?
And I will be
I
there
gotta
this
ask
Saturday.
him to come, and then even though I ask him, sometimes he'll come, sometimes he doesn't.
He'll say,
But
Roger, I'll pay you.
want it.
Huh?
You know you're wanted.
Oh man, well, I enjoy jamming with you, dude.
Me too.
Hey, what are you doing holding that guitar, Roger? Is there any way you can throw down a little something for us? You want to know?
You want to play some?
I didn't even throw it down. I didn't even throw it down.
You gotta play that.
Let me hold your mic.
All right, hold
Hold
on.
your mic. I'll mic you up.
This song right here I wrote about 4 years ago, and this is for my daughter.
This is unrehearsed, guys. Yeah, I don't like to rehearse the show. We
Right.
want to keep it nice, raw,
Right.
and colorful. Raw
This is
color.
this is called Natalie. Okay.
Natalie.
A beautiful
That's my
song.
daughter. How wonderful.
Okay, here we go.
Love that.
I'll get out of your way for a little bit.
Roger Mendez, ladies and gentlemen.
It's beautiful,
Mighty
man.
awesome. Roger Mendez, ladies and gentlemen, on San Antonio Musicians Talk Show Network. And that really was unrehearsed, right, Emilio?
Yes, sir, it was. And that was beautiful. Knowing about that
beautiful
song.
Thank you.
And that's a great job.
And now we have
No,
and now we have it forever on the show,
Now it's
which
on-
is a wonderful thing.
now it's in
man.
the books. Yes.
Now this is the one reason I wanted to do this show,
Right.
not just on radio or record and then put it out there. I wanted them to be able to see you guys and have us throw down in front the way we are.
Right.
Not put on the dog. This is about as real as it gets, guys. About as raw as it gets. And I'm just so very grateful for that kind of experience all the time, every time.
Well, thank you, man. You've done a lot for the local guy that struggles, you know.
Yeah, we all struggle, but yes,
Yeah.
we're all grateful too, you know. So, and who knows when I'm going to stop? This brings me into a really peculiar situation. The more talking I do, the less people want me to play, man. When I wasn't talking, they'd have me in play drums no matter what.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, you can't be a drummer and a talk show host.
Okay. Of course I can. Watch this.
You actually can, but
But what do you do? What do you do, Emilio, when they do that? You start your own band, right?
Right.
do your thing.
Right, and then
You do what you love, man.
What do you call the band? You call them the Pimps.
That's it.
Now, what are the Pimps? The pimp, y'all think
You ever seen the Garcia brothers?
Well, the Garcia brothers.
The Garcia brothers, they wear them big old long feathers with they dress like pimps.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're called
So
the.
they'll be
I
cool,
like
but
They're
that.
not called
I like
pimps.
that.
I think they're called the
What are they
something pimps.
Garcia.
Because my best friend.
I read sound for them. Matter of fact, in Seguin, Texas. Oh, about a year ago, 2 years ago almost. But I can't remember the name.
Well,
But I know it's the Garcia brothers.
Joey, el que se murió.
Yeah.
He passed on.
El hermano. He
Oh,
died in
yeah.
a car accident.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
he was the one. He was the one. Just I mean, it was like the Jimi Hendrix of accordion. This kid, man, and he came from Eagle Pass. That's where I'm from.
Wow. And there's
And,
players out there, man. There's players out there.
They
serious.
come out of
Yeah,
the woodwork,
musicians,
man.
Right?
They come out of the woodwork.
They're hungry
Yeah.
too, man. They're hungry.
They're real hungry.
Hey, speaking of the-
I mean, we're not into that kind of style of music.
It's the same
I was
thing,
when
though.
I was a kid,
Yeah.
because I played with my dad, growing up. But
It's the same thing.
when you see them,
They got the fire in the
yeah,
eyes.
I got to
You
tell
tell.
you something. You know how I got the name the Pimps? It came to me in thinking how I was once
Love the
hired
hat.
as a hired gun. You're hired as a hired gun.
Sure.
You're hired as a. What they do is they call us to make their night. It might
Right.
be a band that isn't quite all there,
Right.
but with you they are, and
Right.
maybe supersede that, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
That's why I call us the Pimps.
That
you
is
guys
cool.
qualify-
That's a good name.
You
That's a
guys
good name.
qualify by being in the show. Yeah. I mean, who could it get better than you guys, man? For crying out loud.
Well,
We all in it
thank you.
together anyway.
Thanks.
Might as well have fun with it.
yeah. As long as we share the stage and love what we do, man. That's it.
Amen. Amen. So now let's get into something that I've coined here, which is called most memorable silly moments. Also a tongue twister. I don't know why I did that to myself, but most memorable silly moments. I've got one that happened right here in this. But I want you to go first because you said you had one.
Well,
So
okay,
guess first.
so we were playing in Del Rio, Texas, and
That's already a
they
hazard.
did not like us
See,
at all.
what did I tell you? It's already a hazard.
So there was a
We need
band,
a cage.
right? There was a band, and I'll say the name because Huracarana,
What?
Huracarana,
Pura carana?
Huracarana.
¿Qué quiere decir eso? What does that mean?
Grain,
Pura
tipo grain.
carana.
Huracarana is like a hurricane.
Oh, okay.
huracán.
Oh, hurricane. Pura means.
That's the weirdest I ever heard.
So we were sitting. We had a big U-Haul. And we had all the 18s and we had everything, right? Because my friend's dad he would buy us everything. Man.
Yeah.
So I had my stacks. And, we had everything. And the bartender says, "Hey man, there was a guy here earlier, like at 2 in the afternoon, and he was asking us what you guys play." And I was like, "Oh, who was it?" He says, "Well, he just asked, and I wrote, most of your all songs down and gave it to him so that he could, maybe come back later and enjoy the songs." Nope. The guy was with this band, and they opened up for us. And you know what they did?
Tell me.
They played all of their
Oh,
songs.
no. They played all of your songs. Those dirty rats.
Right.
They were
Oh my
playing covers
gosh.
and they played all the
I
covers.
told
They
you
played
it
all-
was trouble.
See, I always ask
trouble.
bands,
So-
before.
so I'm
What songs you
I
gonna do so
told
we
you it
don't
was
do?
trouble.
So this guy comes up before they start playing. And he comes up and he goes, "Man," he goes, "I blew my amplifier. Can you?" I said, "Sure, of course, you can borrow my amp." I didn't know yet. So they start playing all of our songs, and I'm standing there.
No,
like-
wait a second. How did they play the songs? No, go ahead. Finish the story. How did
They
play your
weren't.
songs?
They weren't very good at it.
Okay.
They were.
Did you do the show
were
after that
polished.
and play your music?
So I told the guys, you know what? I lent this guy my amplifier.
What?
So I did. I lent him my amplifier because I didn't know they were going to do that.
Oh, hell.
So
That's
mid-concert,
even worse, man.
mid-concert, I walked up to
You
him while he was
unplugged his
playing, and I
ass.
went,
Good for you.
and he just looked at me, and I put my amp down, and then everybody in the audience, because they all were waiting for us to go and play, they all loved us in the audience, reserve table, front, everywhere. They all started throwing ice at these guys, and these guys were from Del Rio. So I started throwing ice too. But it got ridiculous because I went to the bar and I went and I grabbed like these buckets and I started just chunking ice. So
Isn't that funny?
That's so rowdy stuff, man.
What were the what
Well,
was
there
the
was
crowd
gonna be-
doing? They
well-
started throwing ice too.
the drummer was about to throw hands with the other drummer because he wasn't happy either because he was borrowing his snare.
Oh, I hate when drummers mess with the snare.
And my drummer was like,
no.
hell no, he's using my snare and he's playing
Oh,
all of
no,
our
no.
songs?
No.
Uh-uh. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite. one of my
Man,
favorite
that's a
moments.
terrible story, but yeah, you showed him the.
That was
I sure.
That was a crazy story. I got a crazy one too.
Right for the PA now.
Mine I was at La Villita, right?
Roger Mendez.
Pack house, La Villita. Back,
Yeah,
I was
Mendez
playing- I
did.
played-
Where? In Mexico?
No, here.
Oh,
La
La Villita,
Villita,
downtown.
La Villita, La Villita.
I
La
was thinking La
Villita
Villita, the other thing.
Fontana. Remember that?
What?
They used to have some awesome shows out there. Anybody that rock in San Antonio knows about La Villita.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, La Villita.
So, yeah,
Okay,
La
yes,
Villita.
yes,
I saw Santana.
Yeah.
So I was playing
Everybody's party.
in a pack house with a band called Neutron, and
That was your metal band, right?
yeah, my
Neutron. I like the
band.
name Neutron.
Talking about being that I'm not that technical. Back then I was real technical, and that band was real technical. And but I had a guitar player ask me once, "How come you don't do all them licks and stuff like that?" I said, "Because the music I'm doing now doesn't require it."
Thank you.
But anyway, that day it was packed, solid. I don't know why it happened. I was headbanging. I was looking at the bottom, and I just happened to look up like this and see a guy fall off the balcony into the
Oh, God.
What?
He fell off from the top
Was
to
he
the
drunk?
bottom. He was headbanging so hard. I had just
Oh my
seen
God.
him to the corner of my eye, headbanging so hard, and he lost his balance and fell to the bottom and knocked some
How
girl
many-
out in the bottom.
What
So that
did
was
you just
crazy.
say? What did you just say?
So
What
did
happened?
he get
When
hurt?
he fell, you know how back then in the day they used to wear them steel toe boots,
Yeah.
swung around, hit the girl in the head, knocked her out.
Did she get?
She got hurt.
I mean, who did any of those two die for crying out
No,
loud? That
no.
seems like a hell of a
I mean, it was high, but
How many floors?
you know what saved them?
What? The
The
hit.
people in the bottom.
Right.
The who?
The cushion.
The cushion, the human bodies.
Oh my God.
And that's true story, man.
So bad.
That's a really terrible
Well, it's
story.
not. That's not terrible. I mean, it's terrible, but it's
You had said funny.
That's just funny. It's funny.
and it is kind of funny.
When I saw the guy fall,
Had it in
I
front
thought
of
it was
before
so
you-
funny.
I was
but
in F
then,
sharp.
But then when I saw the girl on the floor
Oh,
and
God.
people trying to resuscitate her and bring her
My
back,
God.
then it was scary. You
Right.
know, so it was like, oh.
That is cool.
You know.
That is cool, man.
But when people get into it that much, it's like it's an honor. But then you don't want nothing bad to
Oh
happen.
my
anyway.
gosh.
No,
yeah.
we don't want
Well,
to
that's
get
the
hurt.
funny
I mean, I
part.
could tell you
That's
another
the
one,
funny
but
part. Yeah, go on.
Go ahead, man.
You're on, man. We got plenty of time.
one time
That's
we
enough.
had a scheduled gig with the same band, and then they told us that it was going to get canceled, and we had people there, a lot of people. So then they talked about, well, we can do it at my house. You know, some guy said
Oh
that.
no!
One of them house parties.
Yeah.
And
Welcome.
then so all right.
Fire
let's do
marshal
it.
shows up, right?
Well, we used to
Oh,
have
that's
flash
wrong.
pots, them explosions and all that stuff. Well, this one guy would come all the way to the front. The flash pot was right there, and I kept telling him,
Really?
you know what, back this
No.
dude up, back this dude up. And then he got on a ladder, thinking that he'd be safer on the ladder. Well, when the
where he got burnt. Oh
Burnt
God!
half
We're
of his
crying
face,
out loud, man.
And you're not gonna believe me. 10, 15 years passed by. I was in the restroom at Tiffany's Billiards on the one on the hill.
Yeah, I like that
And
place.
then some guy
Swiss
walked
Chalet
in,
is what it was
and he
called.
stayed there staring at me. He's staring at me, and I look, and I was.
I'm
feeling
the guy that got burnt.
I was feeling uncomfortable, right? And I look at him, and I go, what? And he goes, you play in a band, right? And I go, yeah. He goes, you remember this?
Wow.
What?
And his face was like,
Melting.
Oh my God.
you know, it was pretty burnt. And then
Sounds
I
like a
thought
movie.
I was gonna have to fight this guy, so I
Right.
get in the stands. I'm ready.
But he loves
Hey.
you, man.
And then he goes, that was the baddest
Yeah.
show I
Oh
ever
my
been
God.
to, man.
Exactly.
And
I
I
was
was
happy
like,
to get burned.
Right. I burnt my whole face off, but I love y'all.
this
That's
dude
like
was
a
so
true
happy
rocker, right?
about
That's
it.
a
He
real
was
rocker.
so
right
happy.
there. That's a
He
true
is
rocker.
a true rocker for you there, right
Yeah, man, and that was like, I was thinking I was gonna have to kick this dude's butt, man. You know, and then all of a sudden,
Wow.
there we are laughing, and we drank a beer together, and man, it was great memories.
You're making
And I
me
kept
thirsty.
looking at his face like, this dude, man,
Yeah.
I would have hated me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
True story.
That is a good one, man.
Here's mine, and I don't know how funny it is, but you guys got to put yourselves in my situation now. I'm interviewing Clown College. I had been wanting to get in, and I shoot for some of the best players here.
Yeah,
So I was shooting for Toro Flores. Toro, hello, hi.
Gibby?
Still want you. I want Toro.
I know
Right,
Gibbs.
the jazz guy.
Yeah.
He played with me originally with the Desmondito Legends. He was a friend of
Really?
ours.
Well, I love the guy. I love his style. I want
Great
him on the
player,
show. I want him on the show, right? And so I'm talking to him, and all of a sudden,
What's up, Gibby?
Yeah, we're talking on the phone, and all of a sudden I ask him to see about coming on to the concert out on the 22nd, and he utters out. Now this isn't the funny part, but we'll get to it. He says, "What kind of budget are you working with?"
Oh, yeah.
That was the first one. I went,
$25.
Oh my God! 2 tamales and it, right? Some beans.
Right.
We'll feed you,
I didn't
man.
even
We're
tell
gonna
him.
feed
I
you.
We'll
didn't
feed
even
you.
say it. We both. It was very quiet, and then we we got off the phone. Everything was cool, and hopefully I'll still be able to interview him. I didn't make myself look so bad, but I'm talking to Toro and looking at his band, and I'm getting ready to interview, right? But it didn't happen. Then I have Clown College in, and I see them at Cool Crest. That's how I met them, saw them, liked them, met one of their mothers, Lori, and I asked them to be on the show, and they loved it. They were all excited. They came in. We did it. Amongst the 8 people that were here, one of the kids' fathers is Aaron Prado, the piano player for Toro Flores. I didn't know, and he was sitting right there looking at me with his arms crossed. And I knew that I had heard his name, like Aaron. I thought, I know an Aaron, but I didn't know it was Aaron Prado, the freaking genius on piano.
Yeah.
They do his pieces at San Fernando Cathedral, so that's not easy to do. And they've been doing his music for years,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Right.
So I'd love to have those guys on to discuss some things regarding their world, right? But the whole thing was that I was interviewing Aaron's son, and not interviewing him, which I find funny. I wanted him on the show, and I got his son.
Right.
That was
Unintentionally,
what happened with
but
Flaco
funny.
and me. Yeah.
Now, that's what were you saying?
With Flaco and me, what happened with
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
So, I don't know. I thought that was kind of a riot. I'm looking at the guys I want to talk to, and he's right here. I'm like, I want you on the show.
You know, one time we were playing.
That is funny,
I don't know if
man.
y'all remember this
Aaron
club.
Prado.
It was
Shout out to you,
called the Black Cat Club. You remember that club?
Oh, yeah.
Behind the
yeah,
San Francisco
yeah.
Steakhouse.
Yes.
On San Pedro. So we were playing there. There was like 900 bands there that day. Well, I'm exaggerating.
Forever.
But there was this.
18 bands, 9 bands.
So we finished playing, and the owner pops out and he says, "All right, look, I cannot afford to give all you guys beer. So, I put y'all's band name, right, in the hat." This was like 24 years ago. So I put all your names in the hat. He goes, "I'm going to pick 3 bands out of the hat, and those 3 bands are going to drink, and that's it." So
That's like winning Battle of the Bands.
I'm saying.
the first band that he picked was mine. The band was called Major Havoc.
Major Havoc.
Yeah, I was like
Wow.
very
Sounds
young.
like a major habit.
And second band, he picked the second band. Then he picked the third band, and he goes, "That's it." And then behind me, you hear, "What about my band, man?" He goes, "What's the name of your band?" And he goes, "Green Day."
No, Green Day.
So it was that guy from Green Day. He had blue hair.
Oh my
He
God.
looked like a kid, you know.
The guitar
Yeah,
player.
he
The
was-
guitar player.
He probably was a kid back then.
We were
He's a good
leaving
singer.
that
He's a
night.
good singer, man. That's
We were
great.
leaving that night, and their van had broken down.
Wow.
Lord knows, they had no idea that 10 years later
They were gonna be famous.
they were going to be giants.
It's like me. I played it in Mexico when I was touring Mexico. I had a song called "Que Linda." It was all our band, all
That
our
means how
all
pretty,
our
by the way.
music was heavy rock and roll, like a Queen's Ride, Judas Priest kind of style.
Yeah.
But I made one Spanish
they love
ballad, and I made that one Spanish ballad, and it hit in Mexico. But we were there playing.
You guys did a lot of shows.
Yeah, we toured the whole country. But anyway, the day before we played on TV, live TV, which was called Desvelados, and they opened up with AC/DC music on it. It was awesome. It was an awesome. I had Shakira on the next dressing room.
Right.
The
No
night,
way.
the night before, Green Day played before us.
Jesus Christ.
So we played on the same stage that they did, and but I saw Shakira was not the girl you see now.
Oh,
The
no.
dance- she used to play acoustic.
Right.
Had black curly hair,
Just normal.
but had a beautiful voice.
Right.
She just kind of did the vibrato a little bit too much.
Too hard.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I mean? At that time, you know, and but you know, I kept looking. She was a real beautiful lady, you know what I mean? Girl back then. And then what I hear the name about 10 years later, and now how big she is.
And
you
it's
know,
her.
Yeah.
Giant.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's
Wow.
a giant now, you know what I mean?
You know, and that would be a product. She was produced into that person, Shakira, from
Yeah.
the person that you met initially.
Yeah.
Which I find very fabulous. It's an interesting story because not all of us are all that. You know, we pretty laid back, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty laid back on our own time. But when we
Yeah.
get on stage, it's a whole different
Some
ballgame,
people,
man.
you just got to develop them.
When I get up on stage, right when I'm about to get up on stage, I am just like my palms are sweating.
Yeah.
I want to throw up because
Yeah.
I'm so nervous.
Wow.
The second I hit that first note, it's gone.
It's gone, right?
I don't
this
do
is
that.
so weird.
I guess I've done it too long already, you know what I mean?
Ya estás abuelito.
It's a
I don't even-
grandfather.
I get up
Grandfather
there.
clock.
Now, the very first time then when I played at, I was the first rock
I've
band.
never felt that, by the way, guys. I've never had.
No.
No, I've never had.
Even in front of
butterflies.
thousands of
Never,
people?
not even when I first started.
I think being a
I don't
lead
even know
guitar
why. I
player
have no idea. I didn't know what I was
is
doing
really
when I did
easy
it.
to mess up
Oh, okay, yeah.
because you got so much to play.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, and if you have a drummer that's, you know, he's not very technical, but he just, you know, he keeps the beat. If you have a bass player, the same thing. But as a lead guitar
You got
player,
to cover all
you
that.
gotta chop. You gotta chop, chop, chop. You're
Yeah,
you're,
yeah,
you're
well,
shredding. You're
that's
shredding.
right, you gotta
And
go.
if you mess up, you're gonna hear it.
Sure.
You know, so
Sure.
that's why I used to get. I don't get that.
Okay, what I was saying is we were the first rock band to play at the Arneson River Theater back in the 80s. And the very first time I ever got butterflies real bad, you know, I opened up them 2 doors in the dressing room upstairs, you know, that little building
And all you heard
that they
was-
got up there. I opened it and everybody started like,
No
and
way.
everybody
I love that
yelling
feeling.
and,
I love
and
it.
it looked like a wave and I'm just looking at all these people and I come and I close the door and I sit down in the chair like this and my guitar player looks at me and tells me what? I said, dude,
Look outside.
I feel sick.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
feel sick. I didn't know what butterflies were. I never had them.
Wow.
And I started getting like these crazy feeling.
Huh.
And then he goes, here, have some of this. He gives me a little pint of tequila. And he goes and gives me a lemon. And then he gives me some that little salt.
Did that bring you down or did that throw you on the floor?
You're making me thirsty.
Check
It would've thrown me on the floor.
Check this out. I took a shot. And I started tuning and stretching because I would put on ear strings all the time and stretch my bass strings. I'm stretching them, play a little bit and tune it again and kept doing that kept doing it over and over.
Now I tune his
And then
bass.
I asked for another shot.
And
then
change the
another
strings.
shot. You know what I mean? So I did like about 4 shots.
Oh, that's enough of you.
And then they said, all right, you guys are on. The intro's starting. And the intro
Everything started spinning.
They used the bells from up there.
Nice.
So it was awesome. One of our roadies, skinny sucker, his name was David. He climbed the damn thing and started hitting it with a hammer.
Wow.
So
Oh my
I'm glad
God.
we didn't get in trouble for that. But anyway, so I couldn't stand up.
Yeah, your
I
legs
didn't have
weren't
no
working.
legs.
Right.
No wonder, man. For tequila
I
shots.
left the legs at the hotel.
I was like this, like, whoa, man, what
Houston,
happened?
we got clear skies. We're ready for
They
takeoff.
helped me up by my elbows, and I had my bass on me already. So I'm walking, and then I look down the stairs, and my guitar player was only like this big. Keith Mendoza, if anybody know him, you'll know what I'm talking about, a little bitty guy. And I go, Keith. And he turns around, and he goes, what? And I go, I'm drunk. He goes, we're gonna jam. And he said MF, you know, and I go, okay. And then I started going down, holding the rail, went all the way, the music started, and I had a cordless, so it was cool. I always had a cordless. And I started playing, but I went all the way back to my amp. I went all the way back to my amp, and I'm leaning on the amp, just headbanging right there. Through the whole thing till I started feeling a little better. And then after I started feeling a little better,
Waterworks.
I looked at my singer, and my singer's going to the front. We had a break on the song, and the flash pots were gonna go off. Well, he forgot about the flash pots.
Oh man, that's why I don't use that stuff.
I smelled hair, and if anybody ever smelled hair,
This was in the '80s, y'all.
it's
Lots
the
of hair.
nastiest
That was
smell in the
gunpowder.
world. But anyway, one of our experience playing live
I mean, why
music.
did everybody use all those pyrotechnics anyway? I mean, you know,
They weren't that good
was
back then
deadly,
either, man.
I know that was deadly.
You know what? I
They were
mean,
just
like-
barely coming out.
Heyoka got away with it. Val
Yeah,
Morris, shout out
Kiss.
to Val.
Yeah, I love it. I mean,
That's exciting. I guess for a rocker, and you got that.
You know,
you got the whole.
People love it.
nuance of
That's the
doing it.
thing.
You know, we played in Monterrey, Nuevo León, and we played at a soccer field.
So did I.
We
Yeah,
got
that's
there at
cool.
about 1 p.m.
What's the deal with y'all playing Monterrey in Mexico?
And we
They
get
love
there.
us up there.
We get there, right? And there's like 2
They
people.
love metal.
There's 2 people there. In a soccer field, right?
You?
Hey, yeah, hey. And I did our sound check.
Okay.
The guy goes, you know the Holiday Inn van? The van that takes you everywhere?
Oh yeah.
The guy goes, ahora sí, para el cuarto. So
To
they
the
took
room.
us to our room. So we get there, we change, we get ready, and I'm sitting there, and we get back in the van, getting back.
So that was sound
city.
check?
After sound check. Yeah, so I get back in the van when we got dressed. So I get in the van, and I fall asleep. I crashed hard. And they were like, Roger, get out. Get out, man. Come on. I was like, I opened the doors to the van. All you hear is,
A lot of crowd.
there was like maybe 15, 20,000 people in there.
Oh my gosh.
They love music over there. I
Well,
played
I
there.
know that, and I've seen it, but how
And
y'all
the
get those
adrenaline,
gigs?
when you experience
How'd y'all get those
it,
gigs?
um,
Were y'all living there?
we
or did
played-
you order
No,
there?
we played in a Spanish rock band.
Okay. I
We
like
played,
that. I
you
like
know,
that.
Jaguares, Héroes del Silencio.
You know what I haven't heard is a Spanish jazz band. For
Right.
crying out loud.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I never heard one either.
Los Guacamoles.
Hey,
The
well, let's
Pips.
just make one.
We'll just do it right now, Darren.
Yeah.
Nah, but they love rock music.
They love it
there.
over there.
I mean,
Yeah.
my
They might be
great
poor, but they
It's
like
like
to
Europe.
party.
my
They're
greatest
like
memory
Europeans.
my greatest memory, honestly, is being in that bus, hearing your music in every radio station you changed it to,
That's so wild, dude.
and
What?
you hear your song, and then looking
Why
at
did
the
you
mountains.
leave? Why'd y'all come over here? I always say it over there.
Well, you know what? It's
I
not the
would've-
same. Even when you're out there, you miss your home.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You'll
yeah.
miss your people. You'll miss your friends.
Yeah, you go to.
I've been all over. You know, I've been all over the United
And
States.
then when
I've
you
been all
change
over.
members, that chemistry goes away. You have when you have 4 guys together, and that
Oh, yeah.
just sounds like man, you
Yes.
got that guitar player, you got that bass, and then you change members, and it's like
Listen, I couldn't do it. When I had Crystal Winter for 10 years, it was 10 years, just the same year
I
as
remember
the
the name.
Beatles. Yeah.
You probably did a few shows with us back then.
Man, I did so many shows I don't even remember. But my brother was a fabulous guitarist. He still is. Bob Ocampo. Shout out to you, brother. And we had Paul Getty, and we also had Stevie Norman. And these between 3 of those, that's all we had on guitar for those whole 10 years. We had the same players and the same nucleus.
Yeah.
When we disbanded, I couldn't find that kind of union. I'm finding it on the show, guys. I'm finding it right here. We don't have to play. I'm finding that
it's
union
like
right here.
it's like when
So now you
in
know
the
why I do
family,
it, guys.
it's like in the family when the mom dies,
Yeah. Everything
And everything
changes.
goes
Everything
elsewhere.
all the
Shout out
kids
to
stop
my
talking to
mother.
each other. Everybody just
Yeah, they disband.
Yeah.
You gotta have the right
Nucleus,
chemistry with the right
was that?
members.
Yeah.
If not, it
Yeah.
just.
But it's an
whack.
incredible thing because so many people play together, and y'all got to know this. They don't even get along, right?
right.
Some people that we know are playing, and they don't even get along.
Right.
The
Like,
minute they
have you
get
heard
on
of the
stage,
Black
they're
Crowes?
talking bad about each other. I'm like, so why are you doing that? Why are you even playing?
Have you heard of the Black Crowes?
Oh,
They-
yes.
when they tour,
Oh, they
They
have
take
problems
4
with
tour
others.
buses. One for the singer, one for the bass player, one for the keyboard player.
Yeah,
and
they
one
don't
for
want
the
anything to
drummer.
do with each other.
They cannot stand.
I seen
each
that
other.
with Guns N' Roses. The
Oh,
band
yeah.
went and Axl in the other room. You know.
Well, I guess that's kind of like what I'm talking about, but it's so advertised.
That
They are.
chemistry is
But you wouldn't think about, they're falling dead of all.
and you know what? You don't realize it until the band is disbanded. You're like,
Yeah. But then you miss it.
you miss it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think I
I miss
missed
it. I
there.
miss it a lot. People
I-
ask me, and I said, no, I don't miss it. Yes, I do.
It's a chemistry and a history that you'll live forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, aside from that is opening up your own heart and doing your own groove to a certain something that maybe was heard 25 times prior to.
Yeah.
So putting your own spin actually helps a great deal, you know. Like I've got a partner man over here. You've been playing 40 some odd years, you know. I saw you the first time with Laura Youngs, and you were
12
shredding
gauge.
back then.
12 gauge.
gauge. Shout out to Laura, I love you. And
Hey, Laura Young.
yeah, man, Laura Young's my gal pal. And so you were shredding back then, and you were better today than you were then. You actually improved. It's incredible.
I just-
I knew you 10 years ago.
Because I just Sometimes I'll sit and I'll play for 13 hours.
What?
Sometimes I'll just sit and play for 13 hours.
Yeah, that
And-
does it.
And it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
People have to come in and say, hey, that's enough, dude. Go eat something. Go drink something.
You know, I
Oh,
can-
yeah.
You know, and I tell people, you know, if the guy's not that good, it's because he wants to be not that good. Because you want to get better, you practice.
Brings a good
You
point.
make your fingers bleed,
Yeah.
you know, and I can pick up charcoal with the calluses I got.
Same here.
Lit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And put it down, and people
Well,
and
I
freak people
can't
out.
because he's got a bigger, more of a. I got on the tips only.
Say it again. Mine bigger. What?
Hey,
Don't go there, man.
your motorcycle. Your
Don't go
motorcycle.
there.
Display, people. No, my mom would say, "Hey, are you going to school today?"
I would say no.
No. She goes, "You better pick up that damn guitar."
Oh my God.
That was good.
Hurry up,
See?
pick it up. But no, you know, it's funny because there's a lot of people out there that they say that they're musicians, right?
Mhm.
They say they're really good. There's a lot of these people out there.
There's a
I'm
lot
not
of
going to
them.
mention anybody, right?
No, no mention names.
But
Nice.
and then they see like a real musician, a real drummer,
Mhm.
and they're like,
Oh,
"Wow!"
wow.
You know,
And he's a lot older usually.
yeah, and you know, there's such a thing as being rudimentally inclined. That's known on your rolls, on everything, left, right, all that kind of paradiddles and what have you. But playing soulfully, you don't need all that.
No.
You don't hear all that when you're hearing when you're hearing a song on the radio. You don't hear all that paradiddle because they don't allow you to do that.
Right.
It's too much.
Right.
You were talking about somebody maybe egging it too much at one time.
Right.
You don't want to do that on
No.
certain songs,
No.
man. There's certain songs that are just
You wanna
gotta
milk
out,
it. You
gotta
wanna-
out.
you
You want
wanna-
to milk it, take it as far as
You want to milk
Stay in the
it.
pocket. That's what it's called.
and maybe crescendo there, but not give it all away.
You want
It's
to
like- it's
keep
like
it.
being
You want
a-
to keep the
being a
dynamics
drummer.
there. You want to keep the dynamics, and you want to keep your tone there. And then every now and then you give them some shock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real fast, and then
Get back.
pull back.
Thank you. Now, that's
Yeah,
an
because if
entertaining
you
spot.
just
There we go
give
again.
them the money shot,
Yes.
then it's like watching fireworks, the finale for 3 hours.
Yeah, and you're old.
It gets
After a while, you're like,
It gets
"Go
boring.
home now, baby."
But you have to see.
What were you going to say?
You got to stay in the pocket.
For a bass
Everybody
player.
talks about the
Hey,
pocket.
no,
I'm
drummer
more to
too.
the pocket.
Oh, drummer and bass player go
You
together.
got to stay in the pocket.
A bass player goes with your
Beautiful
kick,
thing
right?
you
With
can
the
do.
kick.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the guitar player goes with the snare.
Yeah, that one too.
So that's
And I don't know where the vocalist comes in.
The vocalist just comes late.
make
He doesn't carry anything but a
They just come
microphone.
late and they only carry a carry case.
Laura
They
Youngs.
don't carry mics and they don't carry apps.
Laura Young shows up. Hey, I got my stuff. I'm like, let me see. She's like, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
hey, excuse me, I gotta carry all this stuff out of here. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Well,
I'm gonna say one more funny one
Okay,
that
go.
actually happened to me.
it's all right.
I had to practice this song. The band had told me, okay, we got to do this song. It's an awesome song. Practice the hell out of it. Let's get it down. Okay, so I practiced, and I got a blister over a callus.
Oh,
Oh,
I think
no.
he told me this.
Yeah, I got a blister over a callus, and I had a yellow.
That's like
well,
a
the
herniated
color, the
disc.
color of your drum set, a bass, a Fender 1962 Jazz that I had.
Child.
And that day of the show, we're right, and it just happened to be that damn song that I practiced my butt off for.
Right.
And I started playing it, and then it popped because it was a big bubble, and it popped, and that bass got full of blood, just blood all over that thing.
And
Right?
people loved it, I'm sure.
Let me tell you, when the song finished, it was the last song. I put my bass off. I come down the stage on the ramp, and when I come down, the first guy that sees me goes, "Man, those were the baddest effects I ever seen." And I go like this. It was this finger. I go, "Dude, look,
No, what you know,
no effects, bro."
but you know, one
I
night,
sent the picture out like that.
You know-
I told you guys.
you know, I was playing
Yeah,
the
of course.
solo for Hotel California.
Uh,
You know how it starts to, right?
yeah, yeah.
So I had a slice on my finger, just right there, just a real thin slice, and I was bending the B string to start the solo for that, right? And the string went right through my finger,
Oh my gosh. Through your
through
finger.
my nail.
That hurt, man. I bet you.
Ouch.
And they wanted an encore,
Oh, God.
so
You wanted to cry.
I wanted to cry.
My God, I
You know me, man. I'm gonna cry. So you know what the owner did? He goes, hey. He goes, come here. He put super glue on my finger,
Oh, that works.
and that just
Those
shut it.
doses are used for the boxing
That's
cuts.
what they use for surgeons. So,
Yeah.
boxing cuts you right.
Yeah. And after that, when I was done, I was like, I'm never coming back here again.
We'll say
that really hurt, man. Right through the nail.
I have one like that right now. I think it's this finger. Yeah, it's this finger.
Don't play Hotel California.
It hurts.
As drummers, we can get away with anything. So I can play once a month, twice a month, still play okay. Keep up the little chops, but I'll get better. We're going to talk about rehearsing together, and you need to do that.
Okay.
Really need to do that. So with all of this said, I want to thank you for coming on, but we have one last thing, a burning desire. So these are your shout-outs. If you have anybody you want to say hello to, your love to, anything at all, this is your burning desire, last chance.
Well, especially my fans and my family.
Now we're
Sarah
talking.
Guajardo, Sharon Perkins.
Hey, baby.
All you band members out there that you know who you are,
Yes,
that
sir.
I try to help, and Carly, Jessica, Julian Ortiz.
We all got to help each other,
You
man.
know Ted Sorette, my other guitar player,
Rufus.
and of course this dude. Everybody at Fitzgerald's, Ruben, known as Corky. Even the pirate we got out there running sound out.
What's up with that guy?
I'm starting to like the guy, man.
He's cool, man.
cool.
He's
He's
I
really
was
good.
always like, I was like, where are you from, man? What's his name? Mike.
No, it's Phil.
Oh, Phil
the pirate.
The pirate. Phil,
Yeah.
he
I call him Pete Pirate.
He wants to be on the show.
He runs
and
good.
Rufus wants to be on the show. I want them both on.
He runs good sound, that guy.
He's
I
doing
want
good.
them both on to talk about their
When
history.
I was a kid, I made a song called "Pirate in Disguise," and I feel like singing it to him. But we're gonna record it. We're gonna record it with Jesse Kill. That's
Cool.
so
Cool.
it's heavy. And back then, people used to think I was doing punk rock, but it wasn't. It was metal.
Well, metal is punk rock
Yeah, you look at
because
it.
punk rock
Appreciate it.
came before metal. So it's just evolved into from punk to a little heavier to a little heavier. Next thing you know, you're not going, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. You're actually sort of singing because
They also do like a metal and a rap nowadays. They
Yeah.
do a metal sound in the background, and they're rapping through the song.
Remember, Ice-T did that a long time ago. And
Right,
Cop
Ice-T.
Killers.
Cop
That was
Killers.
awesome.
Ah,
I like that.
was what DMC did with Aerosmith, but
and this thing it keeps
you, the
revolving.
guy you did, those
It
guys you
happens.
just mentioned, they did it first. Ice-T, right?
Ice-T.
Cop Killer.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
What do you got, Roger, for your burning desire?
Well,
Shout-outs.
first of all, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, thank you too, man.
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Whataburger,
Taters, tamales.
Taters, tamales, and
Taters, tamales. Come
Taters,
on.
tamales, and
So I'm looking forward to that. I love the
No, I want to say hi to my daughter Natalie. I want to say hi to my boss Gabriel. These guys, Julian, the beautiful Lacey Love, and
Yay.
the charming Jess Gill, and everybody over at Fitzgerald's, and Julian. Did I say Julian?
Sorry about Bonds too, man. We did that place.
Yeah.
There's so many. That's what I wanted to say about the venues.
Yeah, Bonds was
You
one
guys
of the
play them
ones, man. Bonds
Yeah, I
was-
known about them closing for years. I just didn't say nothing because they told me not to say nothing.
Ah,
You know what I mean? But it was something that
It's all fair.
You should have told me.
So
I knew was gonna happen. And I was trying to get more shows as a promoter, and
I heard that they're selling it because there was a hotel going to go up there.
yeah,
Oh, well,
we
money.
need 6
I
more to
retired.
get an NFL team.
Right.
Wow.
We need 6 more hotels. If we get 6 more hotels, and this is something I heard too a
I
long
did
time
not
ago.
know that, and I'm gonna.
Well, I heard that
Heard of
if
that.
we do get a team, it's going to be the National Football League is going to be called the San Antonio Tamales
Yeah, because we're gonna eat them all.
because we're going to get all.
They're gonna win the Super Bowl the first year.
We're all going to eat pancitas.
Yeah, so,
Puro gordo, man.
Well, you do like that, huh?
Para todas mis gorditas allá en
Yeah.
Southside.
Speaking of tamales, guys, I took a chance on this, man, so don't let me down. Well, you don't make me look so bad.
How many did you get?
It's gonna be a brack, right? By brack.
6 cans, guys.
6.
I got 6 cans of tamales coming now. If we get away with 3, we're okay. But
What is- how
we're
many are
talking
in a
about
can?
Huh?
How many are in
I forget. I don't even know.
Like
we
100.
were just talking. Yeah, we were
Yeah, I
talking.
think
And I
it's
figured there's
100.
going to be a lot coming. We got to feed everybody and make sure everybody gets there.
I'm so hungry right now. I
Teos
could eat a frozen dog.
Teos Tamales was so cool. I went in and just talked to him. The guy said, I know you. My family knows you. We'll do it. Thank you so very much. And, tit for tat, man. I put them out all over the place.
You've done this for 10 years, right?
Show, yes, sir.
Nice.
Advertisement on this show goes a long way. That's all I can tell you. So you guys are going to live beyond your years.
Right.
Trust me.
I hope so.
Now, the last shout out that I want to give out is to my son, to my mother, so Ed Ocampo Jr., all of his lovely family. That would be my grandchildren, Gigi, John, and Edward. And then naturally my mom, who's in nursing home. But she's always in great spirits. And I always go to see her, you guys know. I put it out there all the time. So shout out to my family. Naturally, Sharon Perkins. And,
Sharon?
I think she's probably one of the leaders
Don't
in
forget
this rock
Karen,
and roll
too.
world. I'm sorry, sir?
Karen, her sister.
Oh, yeah, she
that's
brought
the boss
Karen
lady.
in.
So you have Karen and Sharon.
And then
Right.
she brought in the Pirate. She brought in Rufus. This is a very colorful, eclectic crew. You got to admit, right?
Well, Rufus looks like he's from California.
Rufus is
He looks
somebody.
like he's from the 70s.
Yeah, dude, that guy looks like he's
We spoke
He
just
could play
before
for
you got
Led
here.
Zeppelin.
Right.
Rufus and I were talking just before you got here, and he wanted to do the show, and I was like, at this late stage, I just don't know. But anyway, grateful to you guys, love you guys, and just keep doing what you're doing because we respect it.
That's right.
That's
And
it.
that's what's
Bottom
going
line.
wrong with this world. People don't respect anything nowadays.
It's true, man.
Let me just say this. Remember, the 21st, we're at Fitzgerald's. I'll be playing twice with Roger and my original band. Starts early at 8 o'clock. 22nd, we're going to be doing the Bracken Bridge. Make sure you go out there and
That's
support
gonna be
it, man.
fun.
The Caler
Yeah.
Pavilion, guys, right where the train goes over the water or across the water, that's the Caler Pavilion. It's the only place, not the only place, but one of the places where you can drink. So bring your own beer. I'm not providing anything. Maybe a couple for the guys that are playing.
I see you drink a little bit.
Yeah, a couple of Heineken cans.
Couple beers.
Yeah.
Then the 28th, we're at the Paper Tigers, so make sure you come check us out. So
Oh, that's gonna be a show with
That's
with
another
Hellstar,
show.
right?
Yeah, that's with Hellstar.
With
And that's when Lethal Legends will be on the bill. Blood Moon's on the bill. I know it's one other band.
That's gonna be a hot show, man.
It's gonna be awesome at
And
Paper Tigers
this Sunday
on
is
the
gonna be
28th.
really. I mean, we're
But
gonna
we
have
gotta
a good
be
time.
there on the 28th. Support this man. So
Right.
we'll see that.
22nd.
22nd.
Yeah.
So those
Sunday,
are the three
right?
shows
Yeah,
we're
this
doing.
coming Sunday?
Yeah, so we're playing Saturday, and then Sunday we head out there. So you may as well just stay in the car.
I'll just carry my amp around. Leave it in the car. I don't have to tell
Okay,
me.
for those.
I'm gonna get you an electric wheelchair just so I can just push you around.
Just make sure it peels out. 'Cause if it don't peel out, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, of course it's gonna peel
Even
out.
when I'm
It's
viejito and ready to
gonna have chrome wheels, man. It's gonna have some speakers in the back.
Couple of side pipes.
Yeah.
Twice pipes in the back.
Yeah, twice pipes.
I'm gonna put some training wheels on my Harley.
There you go. So you can ride drunk or what?
Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's training wheels and all. This is Ed Ocampo Sr. with Ledesma over here. We got partner man Mendez, Roger, and Emilio. And I said it all back.
Mr. Ed Ocampo's
So
in the
same
house.
difference, man. Thank you, sir. And
Okay,
God
that's
bless
it.
you guys. We will see you again. Go out and go do something good for somebody today because we're out to change the world one day at a time. And I've been saying that for 10 years now. How about that?
That's right. That's right.
God bless you.
Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all.
Take it out. Take it out. Do
Huh?
something.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Wait, Mike, you look with your mic. That was fabulous, guys. Really enjoyed that.
What you do?
We got time for one chord.
One chord?
One E.
Put this on before you do that.
Here we go. You all ready?